Ever since I moved to this rental unit, my husband and I have been sleeping on an air mattress.
Good man
And
to support.
then okay, let's not talk about that.
Ah.
And then after that, recently, my husband came back from a night shift, and then he sat on the bed, like he was going to dry his hair. When he sat down, right, the whole bed sunk towards where he was sitting. And then I woke up, I was like, what? And then he was like, what happened to the bed? I was like, I don't know. And then we realized that there was a hole, but we cannot find it. So last night we tried to squeeze the bed to try to find where the hole is, but we can't. So the past few nights we have been pumping air in. And then this morning when I woke up, I felt like
Deflated.
That's a good one.
Welcome to For Real. We are four realtors with a whole lot to say, but trust me, it's not just about selling property and closing deals. So let me introduce you to the rest of the gang. Meet Wesley, the optimistic go-getter who believes anything is possible with a bit of manifestation magic. Nicole, our cheerful, charismatic mother and seasoned realtor with stories for days. Shannon, our resident Gen Zer, keeping us in check in case the rest of us say anything too cringe. And I'm Fraser, your localized Angmo, a jack of many trades but a master of none. We're diving into everything and anything, so grab a snack, get comfy, and let's get real.
Yeah, so how's your reno going?
Oh yeah, I
so
saw your Insta story. Like you cleaned the place.
It wasn't. When we first got the keys, it was so nice and so airy and bright and clean. And then now it's like a
bomb site.
Yeah,
Dust.
it's
Dust
super
and
dusty and it's
everything,
super
yeah.
noisy and
You
but
hang the
okay
floors
lah.
or do overlay?
Overlay.
I'm sure it's
No, but
noisy around everywhere.
I didn't opt for the OCS, the
What
optional
is it?
component scheme. So my unit is empty. There's like the living rooms and bedrooms have no flooring. So I need to get cement screeding done.
Which is quite
Then
expensive.
I don't have the doors. Don't have like the shower stuff. Yeah,
So
we didn't
nothing
opt in.
fitted from
No.
HDB.
No. But HDB provide the toilet wall
Bowl.
and floors.
Oh.
Toilet bowl also.
I think that's
Then the kitchen
compulsory.
walls and floors, yeah. So that's quite that's the basic.
Which is good because it's expensive to tile it up.
But I'm gonna
Hack it.
overlay.
Overlay
No, you can't
the wall.
hack because there's waterproofing.
Yeah,
already.
there's-
For HDB, the toilets, you're not supposed to hack for the first
Unless you
5
break
years.
the warranty or something like
Yeah,
that.
you break the warranty, yeah.
How about the kitchen walls? Kitchen walls also
Which
top,
kitchen
right?
wall also got waterproofing.
So
But
you
I
have
think
to overlay.
floors can hack. I'm not gonna overlay because I'm not carpentry. So you can't really see the walls in the kitchen. But the toilets I'm gonna overlay.
You know, there's this thing called like waterproof wrap or something that they can wrap over the tiles and you can use it in the toilet, you know, like even a shower area. And it looks quite good, actually.
Never
Really,
knew.
waterproof wrapping, something like waterproof.
In my head, I'm just envisioning plastic just laid out
plastic
on the floor.
wrap.
No, it looks like you can have marble look. It, like those. It just doesn't. It's not tiles lah.
Can't find
So it's
it.
basically like laminate. Yeah, it looks quite nice for the one I saw.
I saw
And
a
it
lot of
feels
people
quite
do epoxy
Oh, okay.
Oh.
flooring, but very slippery for
And super
toilet.
shiny. I don't like
Okay.
they look actually.
Yeah.
That one was like anti-slip and like quite like there's a bit of like cushion to it. So
Oh.
I think if you have
But
children
wouldn't it
at
like
home,
suck
it's
up
quite.
the moisture?
No, it's waterproof.
Hello,
so
it's
supposed to.
Okay, I don't
Maybe
know.
it's I don't know.
Yeah, go Google.
I
Yeah.
tried, but
Go.
I can't find it. Never mind, you'll send to us later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are the challenges you've faced so far? Almost like memorable
Wow.
boo-boo.
Yeah,
Got
wait,
any
you're
boo-boo?
directly
so
liaising,
far
right?
haven't yet. Yeah, cause we signed with contractor, right? Cause already from the beginning when we selected our unit, I already knew what I wanted in the house. And then I asked my husband if he was okay with it, and he was like, yeah. So I think the whole reno is more of we did it in a way whereby it will suit our lifestyle and how we go about our day from the moment we wake up to the moment we sleep. So that was like how I planned our renovation around. So that's why we went with a contractor instead of an ID because we already knew what we wanted. And also nowadays contractors are more affordable than ID lah. Like
All along
course.
like that, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I don't know, but I think it really depends.
But
Because
it's the
nowadays,
liaising
like the line between contractor and ID is blurring.
Oh yeah, because some of the contractors they provide ID services
Yeah.
for free. Ish, yeah.
Like project manager.
Yeah.
We just wanted to find a contractor that was reliable, knows his shit,
And how you're
and
go about that.
affordable. So actually, our current contractor was recommended by a friend.
Oh, who
so
used
we
him
went their
before.
house and like they were sharing with us their whole renovation journey. And then we were like, oh, actually not bad lah. Like this contractor really knows his things.
So he does everything from the tiles to everything.
Yeah.
Like he never sub out
We
to
just,
other.
it's all his team under the people under him. We never like hire extra third party to do anything.
So that means this guy has carpenters, have plumbers, electrician,
electrician, everything.
Actually, I'm curious, right? When you take the third party out, which is the ID, right? How much do you actually save?
Honestly, I don't know because
5
I
to
never.
15?
I didn't even ask an ID for a quotation. I already knew what I wanted, which was why I just went to a contractor straight. And I asked him if it was feasible. Okay, so contractors, right? There are some who will actually tell you like, oh, actually you do it like this, right? It's not very good because of this, and that, or it's not feasible. Then on the other hand, there are contractors who are like, oh, you want to do? Okay, I do for you.
Yeah,
Ugly, never mind. Like
don't
to
take
them,
the
it doesn't
cons.
matter. Yeah.
They are not into design.
Yeah. So it really depends on what kind of contractor you want to work with as well. Contractors, usually they don't do like 3D rendering or whatever, right? So I did it myself. Since I planned for 5 years, okay, I had like so many variations of like the layouts and the 3D rendering that I've done. I actually took like screenshot and like a video of the whole rendering that I did, and then I showed him like, because it's not very difficult to explain also.
And to visualize for him.
Yeah. No, he can visualize, but my husband cannot visualize. So it also to help my husband
He understand
to see
his house.
Yeah. To ask him whether, okay, this one you okay? That one you okay? Then my husband said okay, then I tell the contractor. So when I showed the contractor the ideas that we had, he was like, okay, this one I can do, this one I can do. And then he was very detailed in like telling us like, because he's experienced, I mean, they're all quite experienced, usually contractors, they know their shit. So when we were going through the plan with him, he was like, okay, I recommend you to, for example, maybe make the cabinets a bit higher, make it a bit deeper. Then he was explaining why. So I think that is one of the more important points is that normally contractors, they just tell you cannot. But this contractor was explaining to us why it needs to be so.
The rationale.
Yeah, so that was how I realized that, oh, okay, maybe my dimensions and my planning didn't really match up. So then he would explain to us, and then he would explain like how he would go about doing it instead. And then we just come to a conclusion there. So I think that we work very well together in that aspect. And then also, we also engage him because his quotations were more on the affordable side. Like if you average it out, it's more affordable than what other contractors and IDs would quote. Because there are some people like in my project who are doing like similar stuff. Or like even like third-party vendors who are example like installation of windows at the service yard. Yeah, so some people are quoting like 600-700. Some people are quoting cheaper 400-500. Sorry. Yeah, so then to us, ours is more on the slightly pricier side. But in terms of like hacking and rebuilding of walls, he's on the more affordable side.
Right.
So we average it out. It's balanced.
It's still affordable lah.
Find the balance there.
Yeah.
And also like I don't know whether it's a new BTO thing, but our doors are really, very wide. It's like wider than usual. Not normally doors are like, what, 80, 90 cm, right?
something.
800, 900. Ours is like 1 meter.
I noticed in new BTOs that I visited my friends that the doors are like so big.
It's
They're
so
so
wide.
The
And
door
then
frame.
This is the bedroom door, the main room.
Everything.
Everything.
I'm
So
surprised.
my service yard area, the door, cause bifold usually. So that one is bigger than usual. The toilets are bigger than usual.
That's
The bedroom doors are bigger than usual.
I think it's part of like future proofing where
Yes,
you
yes.
make it all
For
wheelchair
wheelchair
accessible.
accessible.
I thought you meant like
Yes.
when you get bigger, like you grow older.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, because
Or
I
you get
think they
pregnant.
realize it's how last time in the past, some of the HDB flats you have like steps coming up to your flat. So then
Yeah.
people have
Yeah.
to build ramp or that
Correct,
when
correct.
they
Yeah.
age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised HDB do that now, but I see some in condos as well. But mainly the master. Like the new launches, the master bedroom toilet have to cater for the wheelchair to be
Oh.
accessible.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah,
only for the master.
Master toilet usually.
But
Interesting.
HDB, they do it for all the doors. I think that's super wholesome.
Yeah lah. So my contractor was telling us that I don't know why your doors are so big, but I would recommend. Okay, so the funny thing is that I think it's a common issue is in the master toilet, right? The doors are so big, so that leaves the countertop space to be like 35 cm deep.
Oh,
So normally
Yeah.
people do like an angle or curve, like kind of vanity. So because of that, my contractor was asking us, why not you just get a normal vanity depth, length, sizing? Then I'll just make the door smaller for you. I just extend out the wall portion. So instead of 35, he can make it 50.
Oh.
Then you don't need to go and find someone to specifically customize the vanity for you.
But that means
Because we are
expensive.
getting online, we're getting the vanity online.
Yeah.
But I mean, customizing it versus him extending that part of the wall,
Yeah,
in terms of cost, we would rather he just extend that part.
And extending should be simpler because it's just
It's just an extra part of the wall. So it's that kind of thing that made me and my husband like, oh wow, not bad the way he give advice.
Yeah, because I think like also in terms of maximizing the materials that you have to use.
Yeah.
Because like some laminates or some materials, they come in certain sizes, right?
Yeah.
So if you want a wider countertop, but because the materials come in certain size, right? If you have that, you probably have to buy another slab of material to get that custom size. If not, you do the standard size and they can cut it and use the other side too.
Yeah. I think a lot of people also like floor to ceiling wardrobe doors and things like that.
Yeah.
So my contractor was saying, if you want that kind of doors, because normal wooden planks are of a certain height. So if you want anything higher than that, you have to top up the cost.
And it's not
Which
like
doesn't make
prorated,
sense.
right?
No, because they have to buy the whole thing
correct,
and cut,
And
right?
then if you're on a high level, you have to pay for the manpower to carry it up the stairs.
Because lift cannot access?
Lift cannot fit.
Too long.
Yeah, so there's a lot of factors that come into play. Yeah, I really appreciate my contractor being so transparent about, like he was really explaining to us in the details of how he would, to help us save costs, how he would do so.
Yeah, I think it's important. I ever bought a sofa, a boo-boo. I mean, it's a normal sofa, 2-bedroom. Right?
The brand is called a boo-boo?
No.
You made a mistake.
I made a mistake.
I bought a boo-boo.
Yeah, so I made a boo-boo. Yeah. So I bought the sofa before started renovation. Right. Then when the sofa is due to be delivered, it cannot fit into the lift. Because for the condo, I think they have some like for aesthetic reasons. So the ceiling is a bit lower than the usual lift. So for a 2-meter sofa, right, it cannot fit in. And the sofa cannot be dismantled.
Oh, now I'm panicking.
So it then cannot, no. Then thankfully, as in like it was on the second floor. So we went explore using crane to lift lah. And then because there was a latch outside, right? Cannot
Safety
because
issue.
Safety plus the loading issue and all that lah. So end up we had to like give we put that sofa into the other property for a tenant to use.
Cannot like carry up the staircase.
Cannot fit the staircase also, cannot turn.
Oh no.
Because it's the
friends.
bomb shelter staircase.
Yeah. No, I think mine can just carry up the stairs was come to us. I think should be
If the
Hopefully,
staircase can fit, my staircase cannot fit. That's why I cannot turn because it's the bomb shelter staircase. I
They
think
tried pivoting.
same. They tried also. They came down 2 times with the sofa to try all sorts of different
No, I think it should be fine.
Yeah.
Because my sofa is like can dismantle. I think it's whether I want to pay the extra money to dismantle and assemble again.
So with that being said, are you open to share the ballpark figure of your reno?
I also want to know.
Sure. Right now the quotation is around, including all the glass works, excluding electricals, is around 43,000.
Can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's good. Because I think
That
for
sounds
the
good.
It's really,
typical
really good
BTO
already.
package is about 60 to 80
Yeah.
for 4 room.
Yeah.
Because you're
It's
doing
good.
the flooring, everything
Yeah.
also. No?
And the bulk of my carpentry is in the kitchen. And then we are doing like this concealed door wardrobe kind of situation.
Nice. Are you doing open concept for kitchen?
We combine the dining and the kitchen because my dog keeps licking things off the floor and I don't want him to die an early death. So I want to keep him out of the kitchen and the dining area.
Right.
Yeah, so we combine the kitchen and the dining and then we're gonna seal it off.
That means it's extended out from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Seal it off with glass.
Glass and like carpentry.
Then what
and
about
stuff.
ventilation?
There's a service, I'll open the door and then I'll open the window.
So you're installing like a fan in the kitchen too to help with the air circulation? Because just because you got one window, that doesn't mean it's going to get sucked out.
Flow.
Yeah.
I got hood and hot and hood.
But the hood doesn't suck the smoke out, It sucks the smoke through and
and then it
absorbs the grease. So it doesn't eliminate the smoke. So these are grease traps actually. People think they're like commercial grade like kitchen where they suck the smoke out. It's not. Yeah.
Same for my house when we did the reno. They told us if you really want to suck the smoke out, you need to have a exit pipe thing.
Yeah.
Which we
To blow
almost
it out.
considered. Then we were like, then wouldn't our laundry and our neighbor's laundry have the smell? Then we were debating like, never mind because like Like you just don't put your clothes outside because it's free space technically.
Buy a dryer.
Yeah. No, then we decided against it because later the neighbors come and complain. So
I don't know if there are regulations around it.
I don't think so. Yeah, because we asked the ID, they were saying no, they have done it for multiple. It's just inconsiderate, but it's not. It's the same as smoking at a window.
But it's interesting like people plan their renovations around the pets also. Like
their lifestyle.
Yeah,
needs,
correct. When you're planning a reno, do you think about how your reno will affect your resale value or enhance or affect?
Okay, I think this one...
Being in the industry and all.
Okay, so when I got the unit, my parents' first advice for the reno was, it's better not to hack. It's better not to build walls, and it's better not to spend so much money. I think these are the three main pointers that a lot of people advise on. Yeah, because of resaleability. But then again, to my husband and I, we are staying here for 5 years. Okay, ours is 5 years, right? Not 10 years. If 10 years is even longer. So we want to make sure that whatever renovations that we do, it's well suited to how we live.
So are you hacking?
Which is why, yes, I hack a small portion. I do understand where this advice stem from. Because when my parents first got their unit, they also did very extensive renovation. And because of that, when it came to reselling their unit, it didn't really bump up the price or anything as well. So I think that's where a lot of our parents come up with that kind of advice to give on to their kids, like me, right? I do agree. But at the same time, I would rather be comfortable in where I am for the next 5 years than to think about the kind of profits that I will make when I sell it. Because
based on the reno lah.
Yeah, because it's not like guarantee at the 5-year mark to go and sell it also.
So basically for any reno cost, basically you have to go in knowing that this is a
more
sunk
for you.
expense. Yeah, it's basically you're spending for your own enjoyment rather than to make it resaleable. Yeah, because I think, for example, hacking of a bedroom, that really does affect the resale value. Like the valuation, let's say same design, 2-bedroom versus 3-bedroom, I think does affect the value.
Yeah, especially for
house.
HDB.
Yes,
but for buyers
HDB.
coming in, they have the option to build the wall back up, right?
But it's a cost.
It's a cost, and to find the right buyer who appreciates these hacked walls. And the last thing is when you go for valuation, then if we agree on this price, but then the COV is slightly higher, if you're talking about HDB, then their affordability will be reduced based on these hack walls.
Right.
And also, I think valuers in general don't put in too much emphasis on the renovation because the renovation is subjective. Some people may like Victorian and do it all Victorian houses.
Oh my God.
No, I've seen houses like that. No, with the
with the street and everything.
Correct. Yeah, but then they love it so much and they're very house proud and maintain very well. But maybe when it comes to resale, 9 out of 10 viewers don't like the kind of design and would then think of the cost spent to remove it. So in terms of renovation aesthetics, I think there's not much value to it. But in terms of renovation, when it comes to adding function or value, for example, like adding a room or removing a room, in putting in air cons and stuff, or lighting, I think that one does matter.
Correct.
Since you all were saying about if you were to hack walls, it affects, right? Because HDB is coming up with the white flat layout.
Yeah.
So then how will that affect
the valuation, right?
The government also have seen that a lot of younger people are hacking away all walls that are possible to hack and make it into an open layout kind of concept.
And they still got the beams and all that though.
Yeah, except for that. So now with the October launch, they're gonna do a white flat layout kind of thing so that people can do their own reno. So then how would that affect resaleability then?
I think the assessment of valuation would change also.
Or maybe it would just have that difference. Well, because in a way you are selling let's say 2-bedroom versus 3-bedroom. Or you have a 5-bedroom, you hack to become 4-bedroom.
If we're just talking about, let's say for example, if we take, I don't know, Punggol, anywhere. Like yours, for example, let's say yours was a white flat layout.
Yeah.
And then you sell after 5 years. Because when you go in there and build wall, it's going to be fake wall. Yeah. Like if you take mine, for example, they're solid concrete walls.
Are you
flexing? It's a bit harder to hack. Am I what?
Are you flexing?
That I have concrete walls? It's such a weird flex, man.
No, I think those are structural walls.
You can choose to put in concrete walls too. It's just more costly to do.
So, but one of the things with the white flat layout is that there's no visible beams and stuff like that too, right? So people coming in is maybe they have preference for more customizable layouts. And also the way they place the kitchen that leads into the living room is not like you have to come out this side and go all the way around. It's connected right there.
So I think this one has been designed and proposed and actually implemented based on recent trends.
They just make it easier for you, but doesn't mean that they help you to maintain
Of course,
or take away your value at the end of
Correct.
the day.
So I think they extend this option to you, but you may not necessarily want it. Because if I'm not wrong, the white flat thing is not
Oh, you can choose.
yeah, you can opt in or
It's
opt
still
out,
a
right?
pilot. It's still in testing phase. But I think the idea that they had behind it was maybe you bought it as just a couple, you don't have kids, so you don't need that many bedrooms. So it's like, it's every stage of your life customizable.
Yes.
Correct.
Then maybe they want to deter from people just flipping, but they can just change their house at a different stage in life.
I think they also want to take away the fact that like people anyhow hack.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah. They
just
just
don't
that
put,
can hack one.
don't put whatever that you can take away. You can add on, but you cannot take away anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smart.
But hacking cost is really expensive.
It's quite high.
It's
yeah.
like 1,000. I saw someone
1,800 to 3,000.
quoted 4,000 to hack all
per
the
wall lah.
walls.
Wow.
All.
Yeah, in their flat.
My house, we did a big L shape. I think it's $3,000.
I heard that there's
Not
no
all.
cost difference when hacking a concrete wall or a fake wall.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that sucks.
I don't know.
Is that true? That's
I
something
don't
that I was told.
You need to ask a contractor.
I feel like concrete walls should be harder, so it should cost more, right?
I
Yeah.
think the bulk of the expense in hacking is the making good, not so
Yes.
much the knocking down.
Right.
Because then you need to make sure the floor is like,
Level, yeah.
then all the edges, and then you have to redo the tiles for the area also.
But I think the white flat option is not, I mean, it was something that was sooner or later. Because HDB, they also started removing the wall that separates the dining and the kitchen. It was an option to remove.
But now there's
Then
most
now
of the new
it's-
flat don't have
Yeah, so
wall,
now
right?
there's no
Yeah.
option already. So now
Which
the
is good.
option is to remove the bedroom walls.
Which is good.
Like
which is
that
good.
white flat layout thing.
Because before this implementation, my friends who recently got married, they also are doing that for their house. So they white wall themselves. They hack. they, they hack one of the bedroom that is the closest to the living room.
Yeah.
But they made contingency such that when they have kids, they can reinstate it into a full bedroom.
Oh, a
with
lot of
that in
them
mind.
use glass.
Yes, they use glass and that kind of thing.
True,
so
true.
now their living space is much bigger, and they say, when we have kids, we can reinstate it back.
Yeah.
So I think people in their category would appreciate the white concept.
Because I keep watching like reno videos and like I've seen a lot of photos and like I even followed like IDs to see how they would renovate a BTO, right? And I've seen that a lot of people spend like 6-figure
Huh?
over
Yeah.
100,000 up
120.
to I even saw one who spent 300,000 on a
300 is
BTO
crazy.
5-room.
That's
Rich eh?
yeah.
Well, the reno is more expensive than the BTO. in
No,
some
no,
No.
no.
Barely,
your
barely.
video.
Yeah, that might BTO.
Damn.
But yeah, wow, I was really surprised. I mean, to each their own, right? But wow, 3,000.
300,000.
300,000. I mean, 100,000 to me is already a lot.
And it's in pure cash.
Okay, I mean their perspective
No, like
is
got loan also nowadays.
I feel like in those instances, when you spend so much, they got help from the PAP, Not PAP, but the Parental Assistance Program.
Definitely.
I think the perspective is similar to yours lah. Just that they
Yeah.
got much bigger
But, I
budget.
mean, maybe
and
they-
maybe their time horizon is
They
longer.
go and stay there forever.
yeah,
kind.
maybe not 5 years, maybe like 20 years.
True lah,
They
true,
really like
true.
location and everything.
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah, but for BTO, the cost definitely lower. Resale, then
Because they got to
is-
gut the place as well.
Yeah.
And then you need more time, more runway.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, when it comes to being your so-called your own ID, right? Like how much time have you spent and like maybe for people who are listening or watching, right?
The past 5 years of her life.
Yeah.
How much time do you need to take on such a
gosh.
task?
Do you go down every day?
Okay, we start from the moment I booked my flat. So the moment I had the floor plan, right, with the measurement, the sizing and everything, I think every single YouTube video that ever exists on renovation, house renovation from start to end, from key collection to house tour, right, I think I've watched it at least 4 to 5 times for each series
You
on
combed
YouTube.
it all. lah.
Yeah, because I really go and study like how people place their aircon, how people place their, where
Very
people...
studious person.
Yeah, how they're gonna do their TV. Because aircon is a very
Okay.
big issue.
Hey,
that
your
will
batch,
be-
is it a batch where it comes with fixed aircons from HDB?
No, Tenga one.
Yeah. Is it like that?
But only
I-
Tenga though.
Oh, okay. Because I read so many
It's
like
damn
articles.
bulky.
It's very
no,
bad.
that it leaks and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
bad.
but not just aside from like, the issues with it, but it's so bulky. You think that if you're going to buy a so-called PTO that has like pre-installed air conditioning, at least put them in the walls, right? But
Yeah.
no, I could have done this myself.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I've hand drawn out a lot of potential reno designs.
Yeah.
I have like a Pinterest board with like over 1,000 pins on like how I would want the house, the look and feel of the house.
Mood
so
board lah.
I have mood boards. It has transitioned from so many different like themes.
Because you
Yeah.
started with one and then your taste also changed along the way.
And also like after doing so much research and seeing what other people have done, right, my ideas change as well. So in the beginning, I really wanted like the more luxe kind of darker interior kind of thing, like those like grey tone.
Very dark tone.
Yeah, and then I realized that
Dimly.
my unit already doesn't have a lot of light. So then I transitioned to a more like neutral, like this setup kind of.
Stanley.
I want to take this home.
Japanese.
I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of combination it is, but then I tried to incorporate more like lighter tones and things like that. Make it more homey. Cause I realized one point of time it was too white. Like everything was white. And then it didn't feel like a home. So then, so like I could see the progress of like all my plans coming into fruition. So right now that we have officially signed the contract, everything is formal in black and white. I only go down whenever I'm free, when my husband's around. Few times, because they don't work on the weekends, so we normally just go on the weekends. I don't really go down like every other day or so. Although it's only like 15 minutes away. Yeah, because I do trust my contractor to quite a far extent. Like he really knows.
That definitely
He really
helps.
knows what he's doing. And then it's only like we will come down and see like whether there's anything else that we forgot to inform him. Or like we need changing of placement of like a socket or things like that. And then we will just text him and then he will say, okay, I'll get my electrician to come down to do it. Yeah, so for my husband and I, we only go down as and when. We don't really...
Towards the end, I think something you must take note is the finer details to take note of it, because I think some contractors are not very
detail-oriented.
Yeah, so to them is, if you don't complain about it, they'll just leave it. So if you have scratches, all this.
Yeah.
I think you have a good hybrid, because your contractors kind of double up as the project manager as well. Yeah, because it's like he has all the other components.
Yeah.
But my original understanding is basically you get a contractor for carpentry and then you get a contractor for plumbing and
Correct.
electrical, and then basically you
manage be
the work.
project manager.
Yeah, because usually contractors are good at something, right? And then the most they expand to one or two more parts.
Yeah.
I think
Then they manage the
different
subcon
people
from there.
do
Correct.
differently lah. I have neighbors who also do that though. Yeah, so they sign with a contractor to do the carpentry part only. And then the electricals and like the plumber and everything is all like third party, separate. Yeah, so I think it really depends. Because then if you do it that way, it might be cheaper, but it's a lot more time consuming.
Yeah, a lot of like communication.
Correct.
Yeah,
and
so I think it really
liaising.
depends.
On that note, I think we want to share with like viewers and audience not to renovate so that you can increase your house value.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we've seen it so
Yeah.
many times that, you spend 100, 200K, but your value maybe 30, 40K more.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Find
it's not
the
a one
balance.
for one thing. Just do it for your own comfort and
Yes.
your daily life.
Do what makes you happy. And then if there's an extra value to it, then that's
It's a
great.
bonus.
But
Yeah.
don't expect out of it lah.
Because
Okay.
we've seen too many disappointed homeowners like, I cannot fetch this price, but I spend so much. The question is, we throw it back to them, like, you're renovating for your own need or, just to get the value. Because you spend 200K, no one will recognize that, I also want this 200K worth.
Yeah.
And don't overstretch your budget for renovation. Because, for example, like carpentry, all these are very subjective based on your own use anyway. And some of the off-market kind of like carpentry shelves and all that can actually look very nice also.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at Taobao, you can customize so many things.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You can customize on top.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can customize.
Okay, I KIV.
Yeah.
Okay, I do my research now.
Let us know what your thoughts are, or if you have any opinions that you want to share with us, let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already, do like, share, and subscribe, because we'll be airing this podcast every week, so don't miss out.